Welcome to this video of InCube, a digital platform that supports, monitors, and manages new and existing business ventures. All new and existing ventures go through a few generic phases. They identify problems that can be converted to opportunities. They acquire resources to convert problems into opportunities. They need to process these resources by applying solutions to them, and they do all of this to take the offering to market. During these phases, ventures encounter common issues. The internet is full of resources that claim to steer new and existing ventures towards a successful endeavor. These are, however, often merely opinions and not validated by subject matter experts. What adds additional complexity is that each business venture is totally unique and will require a specific combination of resources or systems to ensure its success. Ventures do not often pass specific milestones and do not achieve three critical types of fit that is critical to the success of any venture. Problem-solution fit, and thus not solving a real-world problem. Product-market fit, not packaging the solution in a way the consumer prefers. And business model fit, where the execution of the business does not make financial sense. InCube aims to mitigate all these risks and issues. Its value proposition summarized this well. Assisting new and existing ventures to reach their next business goal faster by mitigating common risks through validated, digitized, and democratized business content, otherwise called VDBC. So what is VDBC exactly? Digitized capabilities that's curated and validated by subject matter experts, structure, visual, and engageable content, co-created, co-innovated, and co-validated by the community, expressed on dashboards that provide insight, and shared on social media to create network effects. How is VDBC constructed and used? We source the best resources online and package them into reusable modules. Content creators add rich content like presentations, videos, etc. to these packages. Guides or subject matter experts then validate these packages and give their stamp of approval on these packages. Venture builders are then able to string modules together that will provide unique assistance to the venture and dramatically increase the chances of success. So in summary, InCube supports, monitors, and manages new and existing business ventures. With new ventures, it facilitates an auditable and traceable process from problem statement to business case. For existing businesses, it enables an auditable and traceable process that realizes a validated business case and the continuous improvement of and measurement of the business as a whole. It allows ventures to reach their next business goals faster. VDBC is dynamic and thus can be strung together on the fly to address specific venture goals. Connects guides, ventures, and ecosystems via the utilization of VDBC. It allows for the creation and consumption of VDBC. VDBC is built and refined over time on the platform. Once mature enough, ecosystems will be able to share information with each other across ecosystems. Connect with the outside world and grow together. This is done via the sharing of VDBC on social media that creates awareness, that generates ideas, and allow for the sharing of new information. Let's have a demonstration of the platform. We will be looking at the home page. Here, one is able to select or create an organization. An organization could be an incubator, an accelerator, or a corporate. We will be using testing.org as an example. We select our organization, and it will provide us with all the ventures listed under this organization. Each organization may have multiple ventures. These ventures will receive or inherit any of the pre-authored VDBC as required for their specific endeavor. we will be using this venture for this demo. As soon as the venture is loaded, one will see the task graph appearing, indicating how many tasks it is that the venture still needs to complete. We will also be having team comments, where we will have a display of the general sentiment at the end of the day between team members within the venture. One can load various team members and assign roles to them over here in terms of team members. Each team member can either be a venture user, those that will populate most of the information related to the venture, a guide user or a subject matter expert that will vet the information and provide valuable feedback, or customers, typically like early adopters, that will provide key insights into how they feel about the proposed offering the venture is presenting to them. And then our start working section at the bottom, just it gives you quick links to quickly capture, assess, or create summaries of the information that you've captured within your cube. Through the course of this demo, we've mentioned the concept of cube quite often. Now, this platform is based on the toy, the Rubik's Cube, and it incorporates a lot of the philosophy behind the toy. Erno Rubik, the creator of the Rubik's Cube, was a very inquisitive fellow, and he was very much zoned into the inquiry that humans often have in solving problems. Now, with new and existing business ventures, that's, as we've said previously, it's all about solving problems and converting those into opportunities. The platform additionally takes some of the philosophies of the Rubik's Cube toy itself. Those are the fact that everything is connected, it can be viewed from different perspectives, and that continuously shuffles towards perfection as we keep on with continuously improving our ventures. So we will do on the platform through the help of others and of our venture team at the end of the hand. So as per the toy, the platform itself consists of multiple canvases or one pages. These canvases are the motivation canvas, you've got your business model canvas, value proposition canvas, SWOT canvas, and a product canvas. Your motivation focuses more on your strategic elements of the venture. The business model, predominantly, as the name says, focused on the business model, i.e. how will you execute your venture at the end of the day. The back end, the partners, activities, resources, and costs typically amount to how will you produce your value proposition, and then one has to deliver your value proposition to customers through channels in order for you to be in a position to ask them for some form of compensation, which will then comprise of your various revenue streams. If we look at the motivation canvas, it's very, very important. Ideation and design thinking is part and parcel of new and existing business ventures, and it allows us to zone in on a specific customer segment. On a specific customer segment, looking at their customer jobs, i.e. what is it that they are doing on a day-to-day basis, and how is our product or service then related to their daily lives. How will the gains, the stuff that they expect, be fulfilled through gain creators, and how will the pains that they're experiencing doing these customer jobs, walking in their shoes on a day-to-day basis where our product and service is applicable, how will we relieve those pains through pain relievers? And then obviously last but not least, which of our products or services are related to these customer segments. We then have a SWOT canvas. On a SWOT canvas we can actually plot down the strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats of our own venture. We can also do that for our collaborators, and our collaborators is anyone from a partner to a customer. What's their strengths, weaknesses, opportunities and threats that they bring to the table in engaging with us? It's all relative to their reality. And then obviously we've got our competitors. We once again profile them and put their SWOT analysis down in the platform so that we can then make strategic choices from here and how we will tweak our products, our services, our business model, etc. at the end of the day to be able to compete with our competitors. Last but not least, we've got a product canvas, naming our products, establishing a vision, identifying the specific customer segments that's within them, and then identifying the customer journey that they will be on, and then specific use cases related to that journey. Very importantly, assumptions over here along this journey, specifically with new business ventures. There's a lot of assumptions that's made, and these assumptions needs to be tested with typically with early adopters, and that information is a feedback loop back into the system that will at the end of the day better our product and our service offering. These use cases, primary and secondary scenarios, will be linked to a journey and will basically become a specification on how our customers will interact with us in the various steps of their journey. Once again, empathizing with them and making and producing a product service offering that is relative to their needs, that is applicable to their environment, and that will produce the product market fit that we require. Now, the other exciting feature as part of the InCube platform is that one can actually utilize previous cases that was loaded up onto the platform. In this case, we're going to load a cube of the Airbnb business. We can select it, and then you will see that it will populate the business model canvas of the Airbnb business. One can now then add specific topics or themes in this case that's relative to Airbnb, but that might be relative to your own venture and that you want to try out. This is really like a sandbox environment where one can then play around and actually compare your business model to that of an industry leader. One can then basically flick between the actual industry leader or competitor and to your own business model, and then see how the two business models basically compare. As I've demonstrated, one can actually add these things or themes to your own business model, and then basically learn from other organizations and incorporate that into your own. The other very important topic about InCube is perspectives. Now, we've gone through the concept of the cube and the fact that a cube consists of multiple one-pagers or canvases. Now, perspective allows us to connect blocks across the canvases, across the cube, and create meaningful digital stories at the end of the day. As you can see over here, we've got capture, review, assess, and summarize. So capture is pretty much the venture team capturing information relative to their venture. Review perspectives are blocks connected for subject matter experts to review what's been captured by the venture team. And then we have assessments, which is basically the same as a review. The only difference is that a customer does that, an early adopter, or a specific segment that you require feedback from. And then at the end of the day, with all this feedback and refinement and continuous improvement, we summarize our perspectives in what we want to present at the end of the day to or via our executive summary, if you may. I'm going to select the core strategic elements. Each core strategic elements is a module that just asks you to, or enable you to capture the core strategic items of your venture. Who's your stakeholders, who's your drivers, what's the goals that they want to achieve, etc. So if we go to the motivation canvas, for instance, you will see that some of these blocks have got numbers on them. Stakeholders number 1, drivers number 2, and goals number 3, assessments number 4. This allows us to connect various concepts across canvases together in order to form a digital guide for a user. These perspectives will be transformed by the wizard into a rich experience that will assist the venture users in more easily completing these canvases through rich content, context, and media. Now that we have a better grip on what perspectives are, the connection between blocks across canvases through the cube, it's a good time to go into detail and understand how do we actually add meat to these perspectives. So just as a recap, we've got capture, review, assess, and summarize. Now, what we've been explaining so far is merely the connection of these blocks across canvases. But where we get into detail is that by flicking or switching to the details view, we can actually go and look at the details of this perspective. As you can see, it's got all the blocks that we've connected, stakeholders, drivers, goals, etc. And then we can actually add goals about the perspective itself, indicating what it's about and what it aims to achieve. One can also specify tasks, both on a perspective or on a block level, that needs to be completed in order to fulfill this associated goal. One can then also add media to the perspective on a perspective level or on a block level. And this could be anything from a presentation, a video, whichever form of media one would like to associate to that specific step or part of the perspective, as is applicable and required by the venture that needs to be served. In our previous section, we discussed perspectives and how we add meat to them via the details section. In this video, we will be looking at how InCube converts these perspectives into wizard modules. As mentioned, the 4 key module types we will be looking at are capture, review, assess, and summary. These type of modules are strung up sequentially to enable workflow. Next to each module, you will see one or more buttons. After completion, the respective user will press the button and the module will be submitted for the next user type to interact with. Let's look at the 4 key module types. Capture. Capture allows the venture team to populate their cube via a step-by-step module. Review. Each captured module has an associated review module. Review enables the assigned subject matter expert to review the captured information. Assess. Some review modules have an associated assess module. This is because not all modules require customer feedback. In a similar fashion, assess enables customer to assess the captured and reviewed information. This ensures that we have at least a 2-step verification process of all information captured. Summary. All modules will have a summary module associated to it. Summary modules enable the venture team to select the items that will go into the summary reports, like an executive summary, for instance. Now that we understand the wizard, let's have a look at how it converts perspectives into structured, educational, and interactive content. Let's have a look at a module called Art of the Possible Sessions. The Additional Information tab provides more information in the form of a description and details section. There is also a goals section that explains what should be achieved by the module. The Module Media tab displays all sorts of media. videos, presentations, etc. related to the module. The context section we'll cover in a moment. The task section enables the user to populate their cube in a step-by-step manner. There is also the task media section where associated media related to a specific step is shown. Now let's have a look at context. The customer development module applies design thinking in order to better understand your intended customer segments and to design products and service in accordance with their needs. The context section of each module shows previous modules, their progress, and what has been captured. This is to provide the user with context of what has been captured in previous sessions. In this context, we can see that there's the motivation module, which shows what is your why or your intention, what is the vision and your purpose of your organization. In core ideation and solution design, we go from problem statement right through to revenue streams, and the SWOT analysis of your competitor. We analyze our competitors and to see how we can be better. If we just look at motivation, it shows you what we have captured over there, and with the core ideation and solution design, it shows us what we've captured along those blocks. These previous modules then set us up for success when capturing the required tasks in the module. Now let's have a look at the report section. When creating modules, the user have the option to select whether a report should be created. In this demonstration, we have created reports for all modules. Let's have a closer look at customer development. As you can see, it strings capture, review, and assess together. This is to enable auditable and traceable reports. First of all, in the capture section, what the venture has captured. Second of all, in the review section, where the subject matter expert gave their feedback. And lastly, by the actual customers, where they provided feedback on this particular information. Now let's have a look at the executive summary. As mentioned, all summary modules will be added to the executive summary. The summary will contain the venture SWOT analyses, competitive SWOT analyses, completed customer development, a minimum viable product, a minimum viable business, brand positioning, go-to-market strategy, and many more other elements. By the way, all reports are fully customizable, either from the start or as one progresses through building your venture. Thank you everyone for your time and patience watching this video. There's a lot of stuff that I would still like to share with you. Why InCube is an exponential organization, how is it built on a platform business model, how will we use and utilize and form strategic partnerships with the various constituents on the platform so that the platform can scale and affect as many entrepreneurs as we possibly can. Thank you for your time, and at any point in time, if you need to reach out, require more information or clarification, I'd be happy to assist. Thank you.